Hello guys, Jared Griffiths here, and in honour of Stephen Hillenburg, the creator of SpongeBob SquarePants, who recently passed away, which is very sad, I'm going to review the first SpongeBob SquarePants movie, which is called the SpongeBob SquarePants Movie.
Everything's gonna be just fine.
I'm really scared here, man.
You got a name?
Phil?
You got a family, Phil? Come on, Phil, stay with me. Let's hear about that family.
I got a wife and 2 beautiful children.
That's what it's all about. I want you to do me a favor, Phil.
What?
Say cheese. Order up.
Yes, now, I am a massive SpongeBob fan, and of course it's very sad to hear about the passing of Stephen Hillenburg, the creator of SpongeBob SquarePants. And I remember the SpongeBob movie is just a brilliant adaptation of the TV show. I mean, and I like the Sponge Out of Water one, but this is definitely much better. I mean, it's directed by Stephen Hillenburg himself, the creator of SpongeBob. The only feature film I think he ever directed, he directed like a short film called Wormholes, but I don't think he ever directed anything else, and of course now sadly he will never direct anything else. The second SpongeBob movie was directed by Paul Tibbet, who took over as showrunner after Stephen Hillenburg left, and the new one, which is going to be all CGI and is going to be a prequel movie, is going to be directed by Tim Hill, who I know worked on SpongeBob, and he worked on the first SpongeBob movie, but looking through the films he directed, the only good movie he ever directed is Muppets from Space. That movie is good, but everything else he's directed is just terrible. But yeah, this movie, it's basically about so it starts off with these random pirates going to see the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, which really tricks you into thinking it's like a different movie. I mean, you kind of like when you see it in the cinema, you kind of feel like you might have walked into the wrong movie. Unless maybe you're a SpongeBob fan, because it's kind of like the Patchy the Pirate segments, really. And there's like a mid bit where they're crying, and then there's a post-credit scene where they're asked to leave. But yeah, basically this is about how SpongeBob wanted to become the manager of the new Krusty Krab 2, but Mr. Krabs gave it to Squidward instead, and basically and Plankton steals King Neptune's crown, and basically he frames Mr. Krabs for it, and basically King Neptune's going to kill him over it unless SpongeBob and Patrick can bring the crown back in 6 days. And basically I have always loved this movie. I mean, this was the second SpongeBob thing I ever saw. The first thing I saw was Christmas Who, the episode Christmas Who. Then I watched this movie, and it's just a brilliant movie. I think some people say like, oh, why doesn't King Neptune in this look nothing like the King Neptune in the show? But I think a better question to ask is, why does the King Neptune in the show look nothing like the King Neptune in the movie? Because if you think about it, he only had 2 appearances before the movie. That was in the episodes Neptune's Spatula, and the other one was Party Pooper Pants, and in both of those he looked completely different and was played by a different actor. So, and you'd think that after the movie they used the movie version of King Neptune because it's the version people remember most, but no, they went back to, like, instead of the Jeffrey Tambor version, which is seen in this movie, they went to the John O'Hurley version in Neptune spatula in like the episode The Clash of Triton. Yeah, I mean, why would they do? I mean, when I think of King Neptune in SpongeBob, I think of, you know, Jeffrey Tambor's version from the movie. Why would I think of the show version? Like, the episodes Neptune Spatula and Party Pooper Pants are considered some of the worst episodes from the golden era of SpongeBob. Like, why would they use the Neptune Spatula version of King Neptune? Another problem I have is that there is weirdly a lot of nudity in this film.
What are you doing in here?
That sounds like the manager of the new Krusty Krab too. Oops, hold on. Poor kid.
Like, why is there so much nudity in it? It's just really weird. But apart from that, the humour in this, I find is really, really funny. I mean, I find what was the scene where they go into like a tough guy bar, and basically they hate bubble blowing, and basically SpongeBob and Patrick have a bubble party, and there's a funny scene before that. Patrick's supposed to be the distraction, but he says, "I have to use the bathroom." But yeah, and I love sorry about this calendar. I don't know why, I just find that so funny, and I love David Hasselhoff in this. He's so funny, and I love the music in this. In the credits, it plays a song, "Ocean Man," which was off the album The Mollusk by Ween, which was an album that really inspired Stephen Hillenburg, and yeah, so it's great that he included this on the soundtrack, and I love like the original songs for this movie, like the song. So SpongeBob and Patrick confront a psychic wall of energy, and Just a Kid, and they have a parody of Twisted Sister's "I Wanna Rock." That's a great song. And yeah, it's just really good, and it's on Netflix, the UK Netflix at least. It's probably on the American Netflix. It's an American film, but yeah, brilliant film, and rest in peace, Stephen Hillenburg. I'll always love you. I'll always love this film. Yeah, so yeah, rest in peace and bye.